saying.
I know. Why bother? Okay, cool.
It's a classic sports story, yeah. Sports movie story. There you go.
Yeah, it's totally working. I've got you on. Look
On the YouTube?
on the YouTube.
And
Let's see you on YouTube.
And is the sound working?
Let's find out.
Awesome.
There's already 4 people watching. This is dope.
I think that might just be us.
Maybe.
Okay, it's a good 30 seconds, isn't it?
It's going. It's happening. Here we are. Live on the interwebs. Yay!
Should I be cropping anything out of the frame, or is this cropping okay?
I mean, like, it's kind of cool that this way there's like a tiny Heather in the corner.
It's true. I'm like the puppet master.
Yeah, totally. And I like that it says sweet meat. That's dope.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, hello, viewers, subscribers,
Hello, viewers.
likers. So in the comments, can you see like?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
There's like a I think it should work. Someone should say hi if you're watching and can see this. I feel like there's like a 30-second delay, so we'll see if anyone actually. Oh, now there's 5 viewers. Oh my god.
What's happening?
Welcome. We're here. Yay. Cool.
Who's here?
There's 5 people.
Wow.
There's 5 people here. High five.
High five, people.
High five, people. One of them is me, but that's cool. It's always important to be in your own audience.
Yeah. So if you're high-fiving yourself, it's important to look at your own elbow.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
We get some elbow shots.
Oh, elbow shots. Elbow shots. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Cool. So, what's everybody feel like doing today?
I have a good setup to improv some animation. I have a good setup to share my Animal Crossing island and all the unusual little temples and things that are on there. And I had a thought about it that if we do have a viewer who also has Animal Crossing, that we could give them a dodo code and they could hop on the island too at the same time.
That's so amazing.
So
it's
maybe
such
we
a
just
good
like
idea.
put that offer now and out there now, and then in the comments, if somebody is like, "Yeah, I want to do it," then just
that sounds
be ready.
Really amazing. Okay, I'll put it in the comments in case somebody joins later and wants to say.
Yeah, and we probably only could do one or two people.
Okay.
We don't want to spend all day sitting there watching the airport messages come and go. Yeah, you know that old style entertainment in circuses and carnivals where you build like a big plywood painting and put a hole in it, and then people can poke their head through it to get a novelty photograph of themselves as a mermaid or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Well, an old student of mine named Tay created something just like that in Animal Crossing, where you paint pictures in the game and then set up your avatar so that it looks like only their head pops out and you can see the rest of their body is like a painting.
That's
And
so amazing.
I said, hey, what are we going to call this art form? And can I rip it off? And can I do my own? And Tay was totally psyched to do it. And we decided that because the very first one that Tay made was they made this cat riding a skateboard. And so your head is of the cat. And
Wow.
and so we decided to call it cat scanning.
I
So
love it.
if you ever do this art form in Animal Crossing, we have to call it cat scanning.
That sounds great. I want to
So good.
So yeah, we can do that. What else can we do?
We could. I'm just realizing that we could start putting images on top.
On top of what?
On top of
Us?
us in the sphere.
I want an image on me.
So we could
Oh my
of-
goodness,
we
I
could
love
kind
it.
of be doing the cat scanning thing,
Oh,
but on the live YouTube.
you know, yeah, don't just invite people to cat scan in the future, but cat scan in the moment.
All we need is a image of a cat skateboarding that has an alpha layer.
If anyone watching happens to have an image of a cat riding a skateboard with an alpha layer, send it to
Heather, kai.smith@gmail.com. And we will
This
put
is so
that
beautiful.
into the frame.
Yes.
I wish I could go through, I wish there was an easy way to go through my computer images and see what I had that had an alpha layer. That was just fun to put in here. The rest of it, I mean, most people wouldn't care.
I do really love the filters that have like animated stars going by. It just really places me a little bit more in my cosmic time
It's true.
perception than this current one we all seem to be agreeing to.
Yeah, totally. And I feel like if you have the internet and all of these options, it's like, yeah, in a different magical time space sphere.
Why not? We've all done it.
Yeah.
It's good to see your faces.
You too.
Really good to see your faces too.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Ben's got it. But Ben, you're on mute.
Benny, what you doing? Unmute yourself.
You don't want
Looks
to?
like they've got a feedback
Okay.
group.
Oh, Benny's got the ears on, bunny ears.
So
Oh, okay, yeah. That's one way to do it. You gotta
Record yourself.
go into one filter and then shoot the camera at. Oh, that's beautiful.
Okay.
it's really lovely. I'm just trying to find our live chats because they're not coming up.
Oh, maybe there's a 30-minute delay on that kind of thing.
Maybe. Oh, yay! There are people here. Hello.
Hello, people here.
Yay! I just had to go. I just have to watch the show myself in a different window.
Okay, cool.
But that can be my special job.
Make sure you turn the audio up really loud on all of those. And turn
I
off.
counted
turn-
the
Turn
delay.
off your own phone.
23 seconds.
Yeah, this
What's that, Benny?
I
Yeah.
counted the delay and there's 23 seconds.
Oh, that's a beautiful number, 23. Is that
Mhm.
prime? I think that might be a prime number. I could be wrong.
I'm
Oh.
trying to do the bunny thing that Benny was doing, but it doesn't work.
Oh,
I have to
do
get
another filter.
I have to get a mirror to put.
Why didn't you
I have a mirror.
turn the lens? You could switch the camera around. You could use the back-facing camera, and then look at yourself. Look at yourself.
Oh, this is cute. This is really cute. Like that.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's dope.
You hired me for tech,
Here you are.
and you got more than you asked for.
I knew I would. That's why I hired you. Not actually for your tech skills, which are also great, but mostly for the hijinks.
Here's a mirror for you.
Oh, thank you.
It says you look good.
Oh, perfect. That's a really nice, encouraging mirror. I was doing this, one second.
Can't quite see what the effect is there, but are we getting an endless loop?
Yeah, I don't know because I'm trying to do the bunny face.
Guys, I'm handling the chat. It's dope. My dad's there.
Really?
Yeah.
Dad.
Yes.
There we go. Now we got the bunnies. The bunnies and the maze.
Cool, that's dope. Everybody's here.
This is what the internet's all about.
Little bunnies in a place like this. Don't stop, bounce with it.
Yay.
Little bunnies.
I kind of want to add another layer to this and live stream it to Instagram. I'm gonna do it.
Do it.
If you live stream to Instagram, can you do the filters in situ?
Oh my god, I probably can. Let me try. Okay, let's see.
But Benny's already set up for like multiple filters, like the with the nose and whiskers. I mean, you can
Totally. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's
Is
so
that
good.
A filter or is that reality? That's what I want to know. I'm a little.
Wow.
I put the beard and glasses filter on
It's incredible.
this morning when I was getting ready for the show.
Oh, amazing. Did it help you get into the right zone?
Yeah, honestly, I think if I planned ahead a little bit more, I probably would have trimmed my beard even more than this.
I cut my bangs for this.
Oh yes.
They look
This
really
is the age
nice.
of cutting your own bangs.
Yeah.
You did a good job.
Thank you. Thanks.
You did a banging job.
Thank you. I'm just gonna be 1 second. I'm gonna get more coffee. Is that allowed?
Okay.
It only takes a second.
Okay.
Oh, we got some good curtains.
It's even more exciting than curtains. Just you wait. Just you wait. I think I don't actually know how to go live on Instagram. Maybe it was a pipe dream. I'm sorry, friends.
Leif,
That's right.
you have to get a program called Yellow Duck.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Yeah. And then you get your RMTP from logging into Yellow Duck.
Oh, it's so complicated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Messed up complex.
Okay. Well, next time. Yeah. Well, should we do something fun?
Let's do something fun. Yeah.
Cool.
I'm up for anything.
So, should we? I mean, since we're on this screen, this triple screen share, should we all test our keyboards at the same time and see if
That
we can
sounds
make it sound cool? Okay.
Yeah. Here's my test. Are you ready? Should I be louder than that?
I don't know. It sounds good to me. Heather, you should tell us the story. Oh, but you should also turn your mic up. I'm on OBS.
Okay, I just turned it on. I was trying to be quiet.
The people want to hear you, Heather.
A story? Ooh. I don't have anything off the top of my head. Let me just I was enjoying the music setup.
Does it feel like levels are pretty good for each three?
Yeah.
Each of us three? Yeah? Okay. I
I'm
kind of
not too loud.
like the call and response. Like I heard a little something from Benny, and I wanted to respond to what they did, and something from Leafy. Little call and response. Can I just give you a phrase and we can go from there?
Okay.
Okay. Lost remote. Intuition? I switched over to visual music.
It's really beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Are you is it a psychic reading, that one?
This is the same technique as a psychic reading. It could turn into one.
Yeah.
A little psychic reading for Lost Remote.
That'd be dope. Or if there's anyone in particular who needs a psychic reading.
Yeah. I'd be happy to give one if anyone is craving one. How about one for you, Leafy?
Sure, I'd take one. I'd definitely take one. Should I also ask our audience?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm typing it just because of the lag.
And definitely the that musical vibe from Benny is very encouraged.
Mm-hmm.
That's very beautiful.
Really pretty back there.
Yeah.
So Leafy, this is a reading for the show in general.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, and we've started out just picking up on the show, and I'm seeing this Bart Simpson haircut along the top. I'm seeing like one of those futuristic visors, like a mono visor. Do you see that?
Yeah.
And then I'm seeing round nose and a the expression on the face is almost like oh wow, I just saw a great skateboard trick. I think that's kind of maybe like the expression we're going for. It's just somebody just feels so pumped that somebody just pulled something like that off. That's the Lost Remote vibe.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
But we may also have to accept that we're practicing those skateboard moves a lot. Like we're together in this big ramp. It may take us a little while to get there.
I had these Bart Simpson playing cards that I gave to a kid the other day. And,
Oh yeah.
And I had to explain that TV show had been on for so long that it was on when I was a child. It was a very complex conversation based on Bart Simpson.
It's the longest running TV show, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, I'm gonna break this apart a little bit and see what it becomes.
Okay, let's see what happens. How are we gonna take it?
Okay. This has come up before for our show. And I don't know if we want to give everybody a little bit of context or not about what a psychic reading is. Does seem like we kind of, rather than throw our viewership into a cold pool of psychic divination, I'll give a little bit of context. One of the things I like to do is improv animation and think about a subject that I want to know more about, and then see what kind of symbols naturally evolve from the animation and talk about it and have a return to that part of the mind that trusts intuition.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad we're doing a reading for Lost Remote first, because something is coming up that is rekindling my faith in this kind of psychic thing, which I find myself constantly having to do. I have to remember that this is actually legit and fun and and useful. And I don't know if you remember, Leafy, but you and I just had like a private meeting about when we first decided we wanted to do this show. And one of the things was this number 5.
Oh, yeah.
And how, could you speak to that a little bit? The 5 is just appearing out of nowhere here, so I'm gonna like emphasize it just to see if we can go further with it.
Yeah, let's see. Because the last time it turned into a roaring lion.
Exactly.
Yeah, and what was it doing? I feel like it was trying to control something that wasn't so controllable. Like this like kind of amorphous fruit shape was the show. It's just like doing its own thing, having its own flavor however it wanted to grow. And then the lion was just like maybe trying to control. I don't know if they were even trying to control it, but they definitely couldn't. They were trying to interact with it, I think.
Yeah, and the thing about the 5 and the lion is that some of my earliest memories of learning how to draw involved drawing the number 5. We had all these cool learn how to draw books as a kid. And one of them was, hey, if you already know how to draw the number 5, then you already know half of the way to drawing a lion. So you've drawn the number 5. And next, you add a fang right here. And then maybe a nose. A little bit of chin hair.
I love that some chin hair is showing up. It's like some wisdom. Some wisdom coming.
And then
I just
go
found
ahead.
What?
a how to draw a book, but the 5 turns into an eagle.
Wow, you should make
beautiful.
yourself big to show the people, Heather.
Yeah, I gotta click on that so I can see it.
So here you can see it.
Can you make yourself big for a sec on your screen? Okay, sure.
I can try.
Okay, try it.
I don't know where the thingy is, though. Okay.
It's becoming a lion again. Oh my goodness, I really hope you can't get your screen big, Heather, because there's so many other good numbers in your drawing.
I know. How do I do it?
That's really beautiful, Benny.
I'm going over Benny for a second.
Outrageous.
next what's coming up for me is that really to get to the main thing that we want to try to do, we have to close our eyes.
Okay. When I close my eyes, we're in space. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, what do you see under your eyelids?
Well,
I was
like,
curious.
yeah, like the actual images, maybe.
Yeah, or even just like the abstraction of what you see under your eyelids.
I see a 7.
You always see a 7?
No, I always see. That's just what I'm seeing right now. I see like the fuzz of a television screen.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
we're
get that
turning that
too.
fuzz into outer space.
I heard that not everybody sees that. I just assumed that everybody sees the fuzz of a television screen and it's like magenta and bright blue and the darkest black possible.
I love that.
Check out these squiggles.
I think if anyone out there wants to make some drawings, you should. And you should send them to us later. These are like squiggles turning into drawings.
Yeah, so this book is like, oh, even if you know how to draw a squiggle, you can make something out of that.
Awesome. What is that book called?
It's called How to Draw. I like this one. This is good. Okay, so there's the squiggle, the beginning squiggle.
Yeah.
And then this is the output that the author came up with. 1, a boy sipping a soda. 2, a lady thinking. 3, a man enjoying the beach. And 4, a cocky young rooster.
Oh, I love it. There's do you know this comic book artist Linda Berry?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You're so great. But she has. Did you guys ever check out her stuff for when she was publishing her drawing classes online? Or her.
Yeah. The what's the name of that book?
It is called Syllabus.
Syllabus.
Yeah.
It's such a good book.
It's such a good book. Yeah. And one of my favorite ideas from that book is like how she talks so much about how if you like put too much of your own brain in your drawing, that you can kind of kill this life or like this little ghost that would have entered of its own accord.
Oh,
and that if you just like that if you just like give it enough room, so not doing a stick figure, but like giving it like limbs and a face with facial expressions, even just giving it that little bit, that a ghost can enter.
That's so beautiful.
I'm gonna take that advice right now and try and let a ghost enter this.
Okay.
Lion. I welcome all ghosts into this lion. Wait, that's too many ghosts. Hey, quit crowding.
They really like you.
One of my favorite stories about the invention of drawing is that it was this woman who her partner was leaving for a battle, and so she traced their silhouette on the wall of this cave, and so then that was this documentation of the love, but then also held the ghost of that partner. But that's a myth of the invention of drawing, which I think is so beautiful, which I've always tried to keep in mind because I love drawing so much.
That's beautiful.
It is really beautiful. What's the ghostliest drawing you've ever made, Heather?
Well, I think certain materials lend themselves to it more, you know, like charcoal, because it's sort of inside of itself, you know, it's burnt matter. So there's something interesting about that. But I would say that one time I made this drawing on a piece of tracing paper, and it was just like a little drawing of a person like making like a little sandcastle, and then it kept coming up in all my. I kept finding it all the time, and I was like, how is this drawing? How has it gotten into this drawer? How is it over here? Like I felt like it had a life of its own. Like it would just kind of go around to all the cupboards. So that would be my answer to that one.
I love it.
What's the ghostiest drawing you've ever drawn, Leafy?
Yeah.
Oh. That's a good question. I think I actually like the time that I get that feeling the most is when I'm animating.
Yeah.
Because you can't really tell when you're moving frame by frame. I guess maybe if you're a more experienced animator, you have a better idea what it's gonna look like. But I feel like I never really do.
Yeah, more experienced, aka lost the ability to have fun.
Yeah. You're more experienced, Stefan, and I don't think you've lost that ability. I feel like your animations are still really full of life.
I actually do feel like I'm always looking for it.
Yeah.
Like even as I'm making this, it feels like it's a warm up. Trying to find the fun. It's in there. But I don't immediately feel it.
Mm-hmm.
But and I teach animation to a lot of kids, and that's my advice to them is don't fret about your first 25 frames or so. Be ready to just throw them away. They're just there to get you into the flow, and you may end up loving them, or you might just need to move on from them.
I feel like that's really good advice. I feel like I don't know, I think about how that, I feel like a similar thing can happen when I'm making music too, where, it almost can't come through if I have too much of a plan.
Right.
Yeah.
Or if I'm worried too much about it being good. That's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you got to be ready to ditch the plan for discoveries.
Totally, for whatever's showing up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make this into a little flip book, but that's what I'm doing off screen.
You're making a flip book right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
We're animating together.
Yeah.
Yay! So now there's this reminds me of that adhesive that you put on dentures. You kind of squeeze this stuff in and then you can put into it.
Yes.
I got really excited there for a second because I recognize that, but I have no idea what the psychic implications of that are. But we are now putting denture glue on Bart Simpson's head. So.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing! I hope you get some teeth up there.
Okay, that's got to be next, right?
Definitely.
Classic anxiety dream situation, isn't it?
It really is.
Bye.
But it seems like it's now oddly satisfying to put this goo on the top of this spiky head.
Looking really good.
We're on the second part of the loop here. I hope this feels adequately psychic portrait-y.
Yeah, definitely. Very satisfying to watch.
Yeah, slow TV.
Slow TV.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness. Should I also read somebody's tarot cards?
Oh, yeah.
While this is happening, just to layer the weirdness further?
Sure.
Okay, who wants it?
I do.
Okay, you got it.
See if
Do you want to?
it's showing up. I'm trying to
Do you want to
do
do
it.
any? Oh.
Oh, go for it. Go for it.
Does that carnival thing have a name where you set up plywood and put your head through it?
Yeah, it must. I like it on the roadside when you can do that about like a particular town.
Oh yeah, like someone has a cornfield or something.
I did a little eye blinking, but I'm having a hard time.
Can you share it?
Showing it on the screen.
Do your best. I'm imagining an eye blinking.
It's just, I drew it so small in the little flip book, I can't turn it around.
That's okay. Maybe we can. I don't know how post production we want to get, but we could capture it and make it, float it above in the final edit.
That's a really good idea. And actually, we do have like a 20-minute. Do you think we could do it in 20 minutes? Because we will take a 20-minute break for this video at some point. That'd be magical.
I could try.
Okay.
So the things you put your face through at the carnival used to be known as carnival cutouts.
Yes, carnival cutouts.
These days, they're mainly known as stand-ins.
Oh, stand-ins.
Who'd have known?
All right.
Yeah, that is really interesting.
Well, I would just like to point out just one more thing, psychic portrait-wise. As this 5 came in, we got grapes all along the top, which are also zeros. And I think the point is to take these kinds of ways. The point for the show is to take these kinds of ways of doing something casual that we already know how to do, like draw the number 5, and make it accessible to amplify it into a confidence that you personally can make a lion. You didn't think you could make a lion, but you can make a lion with a few simple steps. And we're trying to take that 5 lion and amplify it even more. Amplify the amplification.
I love it.
I really love that.
And I think in the tarot reading, you're going to get a 5 of something, 5 of cups.
I
Wait.
hope so. Let's see. I actually don't have my deck here, so I'm gonna try doing it on mine.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Ooh, maybe I should do it on my telephone because then I can pull up my telephone or hold it up
Oh man!
and be in
In
the
the
shot at the
future,
same
if we
time.
want to, my friend made a beautiful deck. Aaron
Yeah.
N is his name,
Cool.
and he's just sending people postcards of the major arcana for free. And
That's
they're
amazing. We
they're
should get one for
super
our
beautiful.
show.
Yeah, let's get Aaron on the show
That sounds amazing.
and
That would be really lovely.
and test out these tarot. Yeah, the
Sounds really
tarot decks
cool.
have like he has a cartoon character in them. There's one with like my favorite is a submarine that's selling pizza, and it's going into the
Wow.
deep sea, and it's going to deliver pizza to 2 seahorses that are intertwined. That's the lovers.
So amazing. Okay, Benny,
Yeah.
do you want 3 cards or do you want like a full spread?
Let's just have 3 cards.
Okay. And do you want it about anything or just you just want to see what one?
Just find out what's happening.
Okay. What's happening, Benny? I'm gonna screen share.
I love the animation so much.
It's
you wanna
looking
read?
so good.
Do you want me to play it?
Yes.
Okay, here it goes. I'll just
It's
leave that
so
running.
good.
I could leave it running while you do Benny's reading, and you could pull some stuff out of it too if you wanted to.
Okay, that sounds dope. Let's see what wants to come through.
I'm gonna.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna screen and share this super pixely thing that I'm looking at. Okay. So this is what came out. And it's like, you have a 5. And actually, it's the Knight of Wands being crossed by the 5 of Wands, which maybe is saying something about this situation right here. The Knight of Wands is like setting out on a creative adventure. I wish I could see that card better. Can I move it? No, I'll pull it up on another page.
So when you
can all see it. Oh no, the Knight of Wands, that's what I wanted. So this character's got like a good attitude about pursuing something creative. They're like kind of heading towards something new. They have like this dope youthful energy, and they're like maybe a tiny bit wary about what's going on. But they're like stoked to go for it. And whatever that kind of feeling of this like individual on a journey, that kind of energy is being crossed by the 5 of Wands, which is kind of about a group of people trying to build something together and it being a little messy.
amazing.
Yeah. So it's like, and it doesn't say anything about the outcome. It's like the 5s are kind of points of change. So it can go.
Wait, we really did get a 5?
We really got a 5.
And a 7.
Yeah, and a 7. Oh my goodness. And it also actually really mirrors what's happening because the 7 is like on top of the 5. See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To quote you, Leafy,
Yeah.
dope.
Dope. Yeah. And then the 7 of Cups. So like maybe this is our situation right now. With a focus, it's maybe like with like since we're looking at you, Benny, maybe you're like, this is you in there, maybe the Knight of Wands doing something, us all doing this mess together. And then the advice is something about the 7 of Cups, which is like, so it's advice for our weird mud puddle of creative vibes where we're trying to do stuff together in a disorganized fashion. And the advice is that there are a lot of like there's like actually a card of illusion. So there's like lots of things that are coming up that like I kind of see as maybe different potentials. Nothing is really real, which I feel like it's not really real in the internet hypersphere. But you kind of have to sift through and decide which ones you're going to make real or you're going to let be real. And they all kind of have the potential to dissolve at any time. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm going to stop sharing.
That was
Thank you.
space out too. I
I
really
know.
like it.
Me too.
Yeah, what's been your approach to doing oracles and divination, Leaf? Are you how do you deal with thoughts of doubt as you're giving a reading?
I guess I try.
Them?
I definitely do. Yeah. Not all of the time. Sometimes I don't have them at all. But I think I just try and calm myself down. My aunt, who's a psychic, actually gave me very good advice about the tarot, which I think applies to any kind of form of divination, where it's like not so much like if you try and take it too literally, then the information can't come through. Yeah. So it's better, like, so when I'm doing it, I try and take, like, especially when I'm doing a bigger spread, I actually try and back up from the cards a bit, because if you look too closely at the individual meanings, it can get really jumbled really fast. But if you back up, often there's, like, bigger patterns for how things are coming out. And that then there's like a clearer, then you can kind of get some like clear story to the whole reading, or some clear trajectory. Yeah.
That's a really good chunk of advice. I'm gonna try to use that on this right now.
Cool.
Just back up.
Yeah.
See the big.
Mm.
It's mesmerizing to watch you animate. I keep just watching and forgetting what's going on around me.
I've got you in my trap.
Yeah. I'm gonna check in on our live chat. What you saying, Beats?
Oh yeah, just dropping a hint on our live chat. We are gonna have a look at an Animal Crossing island. If you personally have an Animal Crossing setup yourself and you would like to be on the show with us, let us know and I'll send you a dodo code.
Yeah.
I'll just show it off myself, but it'd be fun to have another Islander running around on there.
How's it going with you, Benny?
I'm having a great time.
It's just wonderful to have that Benny texture going in the background. So it's a proper talk show to have a musician. You're essentially giving us our like emphasizing the emotions happening.
Totally.
Just been trying to make it a bit more intense here.
That's gorgeous.
It's really beautiful. Be a nice moment to move to one of the
Videos?
yeah
That's
yeah either the video or to Benny's set. Do you have a preference, Benny?
Great, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to play now, or do you want to do the video first?
No, video would be good.
Okay, let's do that.
So I have the video open, and I can just share the screen. Should I have us in the chat simultaneously?
I think let's take us out. We can say bye for now. Should we also mute ourselves then? We should probably mute ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay. So this video is the one that Paola De Ramos sent from Brazil. Yeah, she was really excited about it, but her internet's just been terrible, so she sent us the video instead. And yeah, she's an amazing map maker. There's if you want to learn more about any of the artists on the show, everyone actually has their beautiful, interesting practices. And if you look in the description, there's a link to the Tumblr hyperspheric.sundial.tumblr.com, and you can see there's links to all of the artists' websites on there as well. Check that out if you want to know more about Paula's work. She's also she's a pretty amazing mask maker. That's kind of the biggest part of her practice. So yeah, let's check it out. Okay. I'm gonna mute myself. Cool. Catch all you buds soon.
Yeah, we're all squared up here, so I'll get it going.
Okay, here we go.
Hello, if you're watching this video now, it's because the internet didn't work, so I made a backup video, because here where I am doesn't have too much internet. I'm here, I am the ghost praying mantis. I came back to life to show to you some insects in Chapada Diamantina, Brazil, Andaraí. And the special insect that I want to show to you is the bee jataí. Here are the jataí bees. They don't have sting, and they are native from Brazil. They are very, very small. Can you see my finger? In comparison to the bees. So they are tiny, 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 small. And then also make honey, but not as much. Yeah, some people, they have the bees here to get some honey. And they usually do their homes in the empty holes here. As you see, is an empty hole. And they have one entrance, or sometimes even several entrances. And at night, or even when they feel threatened, they close the entrance with locks. And they are very easy to handle. And they start to get out at 11 a.m. And then in September, they change their home place. So this is the jataí. Also, I would like to show you some more insects. Here there's tons of ants everywhere and all kinds. Very, very tiny and small. And then also, can you see? My finger is massive comparing. And also really big ones, like red ones. This is like those kinds of tiny and really small. Here's a bit of the garden. As you can see. And there's some passion fruits. So those little balls are passion fruit. Passion fruit. Yes? Here's is the other side of the garden. Yes, here's like in Chapada Diamantina has tons of kind of biomas, and here where we are is like it's quite dry, but now it's raining season, so because of that everything is really green and nice. Here's like where the hummingbirds, they drink some sugary water. Those ones I have just planted, I think a week ago. This lettuce, and also I made this stand, the hanging pots. Recycling the bottles. And here we're cleaning, because we're going to grow some things too. And here is Pasoka. Hello, Pasoka. And that house where we put like some food for the birds. This time you're not going to see too many birds because, yeah, they're not. Usually they come during the mornings. This really small rose is like from the region. It's from here. It's tiny rose, yeah. Very delicate and nice. This one I have a rosemary. It's rosemary. And this one is I'm quite fond of. It's called like 1,000 leaves. They say that's very good for cancer. But here, can you see? It's like a tiny. It's like a copy of the big one. So each one of those is going to be a new plant. So you just take it off and then you just put here. And then it's going to be a new plant. It's very interesting, no? And here is my nursery for my plants here. So I'm walking and not seeing where I'm putting the camera. As I told you, he's quite dry. Yes. So there's lots of cacti here. Yeah. So here is my plant nursery. As you can see, this was in the house, so I just reuse it. It's a mosquito net that here people in Brazil they use to put on top of the bed. I hear there are tons of mosquitoes, and I'm just going to open here for you very fast. So as you can see, there's like beans. There are beans, calendula, lots of kinds of flowers, sunflowers. Yeah. Very soon they're going to the ground. Everything's still a bit messy because they're not here very long, like it's our second month. And here's like a new way of doing compost. So you just put the wet things underneath, and then on top you put dry here. So, and then you need just to poke holes on it and make breathable. So once a week, twice a week, you need to make holes. And then here I'm watering sometimes because here's still quite dry. And in 33 days, it's ready to use it to already plant something. 33, yeah, 40 days. if the weather, you know, if it's hot like now. So here's about between 20 degrees and 35 right now, because now it's winter. Usually it's not 35 now because now it's winter. So the white thing is just like a flower that I forgot to put underneath, so I just put on top of it. And here's the rest of the garden. Yeah. There's the house. So here there's a place to sit. But then you're planning to clean this area because now it doesn't have too much room. And this is like where I showed to you already. Here, hello Pasoka! And here is like, I really like this, the mountain here in the back. I'm going to show better, I think, here. Yeah, washing some clothes. So I think the sun is against it, so you cannot see it very well. But there's like the sunset. So the sunset will be like in 1 hour and a half. This is our neighbor, quite far in a way, comparing to London. And here I'm doing a arch. I don't know if you can see it, with branches. Here are some branches. I haven't finished yet for this plant here. Because, oh, something has eaten it. Because, yeah, she needs a place to go over it. And the name in Portuguese is primavera, which means spring, this plant, but I don't know in English. Pasoka is playing around. Pasoka adopted us. She came here 1 week before you arrived in the house. She chose us. Here, yeah, some clothes are hanging. Here's the back of the house. Yes. As here there's another cactus as I was telling you. This is another kind of cactus. Yes. So here's the back of the house. Also, those holes here, they're houses for, oh, how do you call in English? I forgot. That small reptile. Oh my gosh, I just forgot. Sorry. So here's the back of the house. You see that the ground is quite rock ground, and there. So those big nests, can you see? It's like termites, yeah. Here they do also on the trees, but that one doesn't have termites anymore. Yeah, the butterflies are not too much around. Yeah, last month had tons of butterflies. But it's quite hard to catch them. So here, like, as you can see, this is passion fruit. Those are passion fruit. Let's see if I can find a bit more of insects. So here also is a termite house. It's massive, can you see? Here. I cannot see them. Oh, they are here. Yeah. Let's leave them alone. Here more cactus. This flower, I really like it. It's like a tiny blue flower. It's like everywhere. I never saw it. It's like tiny, tiny blue flower. It's like here's flower everywhere. Because it's raining season. So it's like when everything flourish. Here, can you see? More like little flowers. Pasoka! Let's see if we can find a bit more of insects. They're not here just because I'm recording, you know, because usually there are tons of insects. Let's see here. There's tons. There are ants everywhere. But apparently, they're not here anymore. Oh, here. Another ant, other kind. Yeah, those are their other ones are tiny. Oh, this is passion fruit here. Yeah, it's like tidying. It's climbing. It's a climber, so it's climbing up the tree. Here's like a tomato. This is called Espada de São Jorge. I don't know how it be in English, but it's a people grow here in Brazil. It's a protection for the house. It's a plant to protect you. Let's see if you can find more insects. Otherwise, I can usually has here. Oh, there's a tiny spider here. Yeah. Oh, look how pretty. Very tiny. Oh my gosh. The camera cannot barely focus. It's very. I don't want to put my finger, otherwise I think it's going to. Can you see my finger? It's tiny. There's one even smaller here. It's just too fast. Cannot really. Here. Another one. It's very, very small. Yeah? Very small. Let's see if we can find something else here. Here's a kind of slug shell. What's the difference? Oh, sorry. Where is it? It's so small that a slug. Can you see? The shell is it's a bit different. Never saw this one in Europe, at least. Yeah. Oh, there is a moth there. you see it? There's a moth there, really, really white. It's hard to record. It's hard to record sometimes. Oh, here's another one that I made it. Yeah, this is chives, parsley, and basil. Very soon we can collect them and we can have them. So yeah, I think for insects I cannot oh, there is one kind of bumblebee. Let me see if I can find its nest. So yeah, so here's the roof. Can you see that hole? So it's a kind of bumblebee here in Brazil. That they live solo, you know, they don't live together. So they always live like in holes like that in the wood. So yes. So I think that's it. It's a shame that this time I couldn't find as many insects as like last time. Let's come back here, maybe find something. There's tons of spiders all the time. Maybe they're shy because of the video. Yeah. But they're all the spiders they show all the time. Okay, I think I'm going to finish this video with the emoji here of that mountain that I really love it. And sorry for the road sound, it's because like we live close by. And here doesn't have anything, so any sound that you do, you know, like really reverberates everywhere. I'm going to finish with this view of the mountain, and all the best in this quarantine. Keep safe. See you soon.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
How did you enjoy that?
Super cool.
Yeah, it was great.
Penny, how you feeling? Hello, everyone. Would you starting a loop.
Is it showing up in the live feed okay? Because I just had to change my settings a bit.
It's just a blank screen now.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, but should we should we cut to Benny? Should we go to Benny now anyways when we return to the video?
Sure, yeah.
How do you feel about that, Benny?
I'm ready.
You're so ready. Okay, so I'll just keep an eye on it and I'll let you know when it starts. Or just let us know when you change something, maybe, Heather. Yeah. And I'll let everyone know when it's not just playing.
Okay, should be good now.
And maybe, okay. And do you want to solo Ben's video too?
Yeah.
And and I'll mute myself again in a second once I know it's working.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm muting myself. Good luck.
kiss me on. Am I doing it now? Is this working? Okay, thanks. You can dance like you've never been hurt, but you drink like you were never loved. You can steal with everyone watching you, and fall uncontrolled to the earth. You can smile to get what you want. So you rip the wings from the dove. You can sharpen that knife just as sharp as you like. But boy, you're fucked without. Glory, oh messy glory, how you gleam, gleam in the muck. How do you glow? Honey, you know you glow in the dark. You blew in and rekindle my sparkle glory, stained in savage glory. How do you gleam through all that dirt? I mean glory, glory, magnetic glory. You blew in and rekindle my spark. But with heels and liberty's kiss, with backroom dance and shh, don't tell me that wish you wish you'd wished. Well, Dawn came in and she painted you white. Oh, I was yours for a night, I was yours for a night. Whoa. Oh, glory, a tangled messy glory, how you gleamed, gleamed in the muck. How do you glow? Honey, you know you glow in the dark. You blew in and rekindled my sparkle glory, stained in savage glory. How you gleam through all that dirt. I mean glory, glory, magnetic glory. You blew in and rekindle my, well, we found a space out in Patchoul's midst, all exchanging truth, or maybe just myth. That host will count up more than nights, all the trysts, all the broken homes, and smashed in lips, all those soft words unspoken, and those soul-missed tricks, all that work around loneliness from doing too many gigs. On the silent night wings of losing my shit. Well, thank you, baby. For a moment, we were glory, a tangled, messy glory. How we gleamed, gleamed in the muck. How do you glow? Honey, you know you glow in the fucking dark. You blew in and rekindled my sparkle glory, stained in savage glory. How do you gleam through all that dirt? I mean glory, glory, magnetic glory. You blew in kindle my It might be useful to know some basic geology for this next song. The song is called Limestone Heart, and limestone is made from the shells of millions of tiny dead creatures. And I like to imagine that each one of those tiny dead creatures is a misunderstanding or an insult or a change of heart or something without first informing, or some lack of consent or something. You can't get nothing back once it's gone and lying broken. You don't own it till you fixed it in some ways. It's not for lack of want that this spark just don't get spoken. It's just that it can rain and rain and rain. And I'm so fucking sorry that this spider's web so luminous that glittered in the early days caught this silken bullet and these layers of time too numerous to be talked about in an easy way. And it's layers of time and shot off skin and fibers too thin to pull apart. And I'm suffering now, but I never knew it was a bad case of limestone hearts. That's right. Well, say simply that I'm yours, even knowing that it's barren. And words of thieves I trusted in the night. Please know that I know now, know what I did or said then, or even what it meant to me at the time. 'Cause some things you can't write at the time they occur. You have to rebuild and tease apart. And that will be done in by entropy, like a bad case of limestone heart. Yeah. Well, limestone heart, limestone heart. When settling down is breaking you apart. Limestone heart, limestone heart. Just break apart the layers. Close your eyes and say your prayers, and your mind just save this lonely limestone heart. stone. Yeah, so essentially the dead things have calcified and made the problem too complicated. You see, I think one of the main problems with that song is has to be explained like a joke. It's never funny. So this is one about a lion instead. No, let's not do that. Let's do this. You're gonna come with me. Shh. I'll sing the one about a lion some other time. But come this way. It's over here. It's not your fault, it's my it's not your fault, this tire. But every time we pick it over, we're looking down the road to nowhere. Complacent lives, complacent kiss, moving hands, moving hips, remembering a time when this was all that did exist. You were a willow, pliant and mellow. But now I'm a horse chestnut trio. They're famously brittle, by the way. Famously brittle. Losing my crown at the complacent lips, complacent kiss, moving hands, moving hips, remembering a time when this was all that did exist, or did exist, did exist, did exist. 'Cause some of them are lost in you, and some aren't ever found. Down, 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 down. Oh God, what have we done? Our lovers gone to ground. Their hearts through fast storms never attention money grown old. swim or breathe or telephone. This portrait made from hearts and phones. Oh, it's not your fault, it's mine. It's probably no one's fault this time. I mean, genuinely, I think it's mostly your fault this time. But every time we pick it over, we're swimming in a pool to And every beat of my heart, do 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 do. I was hanging out here earlier, and I wondered. I was just dicking about, and this is a little song I came up with. Yeah, here we go. It's called Classic Sports Movie Story. It's a classic sports movie story, yeah, where everyone wins in the end, and the male protagonist, yeah, that's right, gets the girl and she's just a girl in the end. It's a classic sports movie story, yeah, where troubles are overcome by the spirit of the team. And I know as I sing it sounds boring, yeah, but you know and I know what it all means. That if you're slow or weird or different or unusual, can only participate in certain scenes. And only most normal of people who are men can't be the ones to say anything. What if your life doesn't follow what? Maybe you're sort of queer or dark, and sometimes you don't fall for one heart. So then it's time to take it all apart. Take it all apart. It's a classic sports movie story, yeah. 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 That's it.
Absolutely wonderful.
Well, it's something to do. Oh,
Thank you, Benny.
Animation.
What a very pretty setup you have. I love your Fort Sonic station.
The Fork Sonic Station. Let's have a look.
Yeah, give us a.
Yeah, do you want to just let's just.
Wow, it like a blurry watercolor painting with some really nice equipment in it.
Yeah. I was dancing along. I was loving it.
It was so good. I also live streamed it to the Instagram.
Awesome.
The last song is a hit.
I know. That's like I love it.
So damn good. Classic sport movie story.
It's a classic sport movie story.
Yeah.
Any chance to
Wow,
bash?
the animation's looking so beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
I love
And just keep on adding to it.
I love the purple
I was doing
texture.
some finger dancing during the music too.
Yeah.
I really like just getting my fingers in there and making it seem like I'm bringing it to life in real time.
Yeah.
There's some kind of like, just get your fingers to make it feel like it's really sculpting. And I would like to play with something in real life that does this. Like some sort of smart smart metallic wire or something. I'm sure we can do that in virtual reality pretty soon.
Have you ever seen those pens that you can draw in real, like you can draw sculpture?
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are cool.
Yeah, I want one of those, and I want to be in anti-gravity while I use one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Benny, can you tell us about the song about the lion that we didn't get to hear?
Yes.
I just feel like with this lion here, the lion is like,
Oh my God, the
it
lion
wants to know.
play. I'll play you it if you want.
Yeah, play it.
The lion appears.
Special request.
Okay, the lion appears once towards the end of the song. Oh no, the lion's like, oh, the line is self-evident, of course. One moment. Okay, guys, I'm over here. It's a classic sports movie story.
It's a classic.
Got select this old machine plays 50 BPM. 1 second. Fine. Just have a quick listen. Okay. It's called Moonrise, actually, but it's about a lion, and we sort of broke each other's hearts. I've forgotten how it goes for a second. Let me ask you, how's the beauty myth been treating you? Let me ask you, how's the beauty myth served you well? Has it left you open and easy? Oh, 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 like you know you are enough. Everywhere where you go, I will take the motion pick. And I will take the motion sickness that I get from holding you. And I feel it like a weakness, secret love both bold and true. I'm just riding for the feeling, it's just anyone can do. You don't need this kind of heat, do you? And I looked you in the eyes and told you all I loved, and you shiftily agreed. Like, yeah, I love you too. And I thought that you were lying, little lion, rah, for some purpose I couldn't see. Oh, and I will take the motion sickness that I get from holding you, and I feel it like a weakness, secret love both bold and true. I'm just riding for the feeling, it's all anyone can do. You don't need this kind of heat. was shining bright like it was the first time you'd ever seen them. And I whispered my heart's alive and I'm all yours for the asking. And we had our own journeys until the moon rose in the lock in the morning. And I can take the motion picture that I get from holding you, and the feeling like a weakness, secret love, both bold and true. I'm just riding for the feeling, it's all anyone can do. You don't need this kind of heat, do you? Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We needed the lion song.
Yeah, it's so good. Thank you.
Top most requested song by lions.
Hey. Oh, it's getting warm in my den. My den is warm.
Oh yeah, there was a question earlier about where you are, Benny. Do you want
I'm actually camped out in my back garden. I moved all of the a lot of microphone stands and the piano out to the back garden, and as you can see, it's getting dark out now, and actually the ground's a bit wet, so I'm quite I'm quite worried about the electronics, but otherwise, yeah, no, it seems to be working fine.
Yes, it's like, how's the weather?
I mean, you know, it's Britain, so it's keeping the drizzle off.
Who's this unexpected guest?
It's very cat. Oh.
Hi, Dorothy. Thanks for being on the show. Wow. What a special visit from a furry friend.
Oh. I have a similar story about my cat. My cat's birth name is Peregrine Arbuthnot, and he chooses to go by Derek. Yeah.
Oh man, maybe we should wrap it up. We did want to do how much longer do you have, Heather? Okay, because the one final segment is that Stefan was really wanting to show us their just like a special. They wanted to take us on a special journey into their Animal Crossing land. Yeah. Me too. Stefan, do you think you're ready for that? Are you still there, bud?
Yeah, I'm still here, and I'm super ready for that. And
Cool.
I don't know if you saw in Messenger, I sent you some photographs that we could share maybe at the end of the show just to acknowledge that the world is...
That would be really great. I would love that a lot. Yeah, because it is... yeah, that would be great.
My friend No Touching Ground is in LA, and as we speak, is going around and taking photographs of the graffiti that's in there right now. And he sent me 3 photographs, which we could share.
That's a really great idea. Yeah. Yeah, that would be great. Do you want to do that now, or you want to do that? Should we do that at the end, maybe? What do
Let's
you think?
do it at the end, yeah.
Okay, kind of as the closing. That sounds really good.
That sounds great.
Cool. Yeah. That sounds
Okay,
good.
so I'm gonna push the iPad up, and the switch is gonna come into play. Thank you, Lion Animator. Oh yeah, that's called a wipe. That was a star swipe. Yes. How's the image on here? People see that okay? So it's raining on my island right now. Yeah. And this is my character. Their name is Steps. I got a Black Lives Matter shirt from somebody last night. There were a lot of Animal Crossing gatherings on here. That were people wanting to show support who maybe couldn't make it in other ways. I've been pretty touched by the community that is on here. I'm in touch with about 3 different art teachers that we all give each other feedback on each other's work. Yeah. So the first thing I want to do actually is I'm going to go to my gate and I'm going to open it up, and then I'll give everybody a. And does like about 10 minutes sound okay for this? Okay. And if you'd like me to go longer, I definitely can. I spend hours doing this. Okay, I'm going to open up the gate because I have a friend who might come visit us while we're on here. And we want to make sure that the gate is open for them to come in. I messed that up. Yeah, so my island is called Sunglass, and it is a place that has a moon temple and a labyrinth, and what are we calling those stand-ins that are that we have also named cat scanning. Yeah, and yeah, cat scanning was originally made by Tay, an old student of mine who I play with on here. And they are now invited. Just let them know that it's open. Cool. Gate is open. All right, so let's get to this. Might as well turn on some sound. It's raining here on my island. And growing a lot of flowers. Got some mushrooms growing. That's my friend Tay, who just says that they're online. I think they're going to hop on with us. And so I have 3 things I'd like to share with you. I have a temple, a moon temple, a labyrinth, and then the cat scanning, which I'd like to. Which would you like to see first? Moon temple. That's very convenient because we are right at the moon temple. So this right here is the moon temple. There's the moon. And here's a nice little place to just hop back and forth and enjoy the moon, jump over the moon even if you can. And sit down and enjoy the view of the moon. Yeah, it's been a very sweet place to just chill with friends. And next is the labyrinth.
Yeah, show us the labyrinth.
Okay, you ready for the labyrinth?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's choose something we'd like to focus on while we do the labyrinth. And it'll be some kind of thing we'd like to manifest in our lives. Maybe we can all do something we choose together. And I'm going to change into another outfit for this.
Ideal.
You got something?
No. Well, just delighted that you're getting a new outfit.
Okay, so here's our rain outfit.
Perfect.
Might even have a nice busted umbrella I can hold.
Perfect.
All
Still
right,
get a little rainy?
Yeah. Does anybody have an intention in mind?
Like maybe something. Like I feel like right now it would be like I would really just like to be supportive of other people who are less privileged than me, and to be, I guess, brave and forgiving in that process.
Okay, braveness and forgiveness.
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to manifest braveness and forgiveness into our life by walking this labyrinth. Benny, I also wanted to tell you that I was really touched by the Limestone song.
Oh, good.
My partner and I were engaged at a limestone factory.
Oh.
Well, we were officially engaged at a petrified waterfall in Oaxaca, but we were staying at a limestone factory at that time that had been converted into an art space. And so, yeah, it had a lot of personal meaning for me.
Good. Well, I hope you avoid overt calcification.
Hey Heather, could you put there's been a request to put Stefan full screen. Yeah. Gotta get all the deets.
Oh yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
And YouTube styles.
Oh, and somebody's on their way here.
Amazing.
This is my friend Tay, and you know what? I'm gonna go on Nintendo Online on here so that they can have their voice in here if they want to. Does that sound okay?
Sounds great.
Yeah, so we're getting a visit from Tay.
Tay, a bait snatching crybaby.
Hey bud. Welcome. I love that they come on a flight.
Yeah, they come on a flight run by dodo birds.
Wow.
Who make Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
This is my friend Tay. And does everyone want to say hi?
Hey Tay.
Hi Tay.
Yeah. So Tay is arrived on the island. And Tay, we're gonna go over to the CAT scanning area. Do you want to chill out there with me?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. Braveness and forgiveness is what we're focusing on in the labyrinth. Can everybody hear Tay's voice okay?
Just about, yeah.
Well, that's so good.
People can hear me.
They can hear you, but apparently you can't hear them. But we'll make it work. We're working with constraints. Hey, there's Tay.
Hey, Tay.
Hey.
Wow, Tay has a beautiful outfit. Wow.
Yeah. So over here is what we call cat scanning, invented by Tay, and it's something that has kind of heightened the sense of being an artist in Animal Crossing for me. So Tay, do you feel like demonstrating one of these? Perhaps your favorite one?
Oh yeah. So I mean, you can't see my screen, I guess, but if you could see my screen, you could imagine. And it sort of works because these are low to the ground anyway. But if I hop down here, for instance.
Yep, I'm at the same angle, so that works.
Okay, great. You can see I sort of become a head riding this little snake, and there's my feet coming out in front, like my body is tiny. And I'll do the this one. I really like this one. I think it's fun to get to lay down. And now I am this moon monster waving.
Wow.
Cool. Thank you, Tay.
I'll
love demonstrate
it.
the other ones. So if I lay down on this one right here and move my camera, then it appears that roots are growing out of my brain and a flower is forming out of my forehead.
Wow.
And if I come over here and lay down, then I'm this little kind of fish creature
Yeah.
that has the star on the belly like a bag of bells, which is the currency in Animal Crossing. And there's a little bit of an obsession amongst the community about making lots of bells and buying and waiting for their prices to go up in the stock. And so I wanted to make a little commentary about that. So this is a fish who's been eating bells in outer space. And then if I lay right here, I actually become a turnip.
Wow.
I feel like this effect is just a little bit better if I'm wearing something else, like perhaps my indoor NB outfit. This happens to be the exact outfit I'm wearing in real life, which I can demonstrate for folks if they like. Yeah.
Oh, you are a turnip.
A turnip situation. Yeah, and then there's
It's called cat scanning because the first one that I made turned into a cat riding a skateboard.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. Cat riding a skateboard, which we will have to check out. So this is just a little area where you can chill out and talk later. Cat scanning, Tay, we found out is also called stand-in. That's what the carnival name for it is. Stand-in, and what else was it, Benny?
Carnival cutouts.
Carnival.
Oh, I really like stand-in.
Yeah. Stand-in cat scans has a nice ring to it. So that is all, folks, for the Animal Crossing section of Lost Remote.
So beautiful. Yay.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, and thanks, Tay, for joining.
Yeah, thanks, Tay.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
And now back to our regular scheduled program.
Yay!
If you would like to
Thanks,
join
Steps.
us on a future episode, if you would like to join us on Sunglass, my island, you can just leave a comment and I'll give you a personal tour anytime.
I'm gonna buy. I think I'm gonna buy a Switch today. You just encouraged me.
Hey Benny, could I get a little bit of piano music?
Yeah, sure. Hold on.
For the outro here? Here we go. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was so much fun.
Yeah.
So
Yay.
when's the next Lost Remote?
In 2 weeks' time, we'll be back here for some fresh shenanigans.
I can't wait.
Me neither. Yay. Hey, steps. Beautiful. Slipper
Just taking
situation.
some official steps here.
Yay. Yay. Thank you also so much to our audience for joining us. It was so lovely to have you. Just really great to see all your names popping up.
Did we want to share No Touching Grounds images?
Yeah, I think we definitely should. I think
Okay.
it's really good. Just, yeah.
So how is it best if we share your screen, Laura, or?
Yeah, we could do that. Why don't I or is it better from your steps? What do you think?
I don't know how to share my screen from here. So I can send
Okay,
them
I'll
to-
do it.
I can
just do it through
why don't you
Facebook.
go ahead and do it.
Okay.
I just got a third one. I'll send to you too.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just want to acknowledge that I'm seeing a lot of people like that. I think they feel like their posts. I see some misguided posts about just folks feeling like the property damage is a really big issue, and I just want to acknowledge that Seattle, for instance, has a $40 million budget per year for the police. They can buy a new police car, but we can't buy back any of the lives that are being lost.
Thanks for. I've been wondering how it's going in Seattle, and it's such a.
Oh yeah, I
strange
mean,
experience.
they maced an 8-year-old yesterday.
No.
Yeah, it's really dire.
Yeah.
It's really bad news.
Well, I feel very lucky and privileged to be able to have like a fun afternoon with you all, and then also just acknowledge the safety of everybody who is practicing protest, and just being aware of that right simultaneously.
Yeah, thanks for saying so.
Okay, I don't know how to really zoom in on this, but I'll make it as big as I can. Yeah.
So the artist taking these photos is part of a justice group, or?
He's an artist, a friend from Seattle, and just spent the afternoon touring around and taking photographs of some of the graffiti that's in the streets of LA at the moment. Yeah, and credit goes to No Touching Ground for the photographs. The art itself, anonymous. Thanks for sharing those.
Yeah, thanks for sharing them with us too.
Yeah.
It's really good to see your faces.
You too. And
Yeah, you too.
I hope everybody stays well and we can see each other on Lost Remote in a couple weeks' time.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Which in
2
Lost Remote
weeks.
time is it's 4 weeks.
Oh wow, yeah.
Because all 2 things are 4.
Right.
Oh
So
yeah.
Don't forget the number 5.
And 7. We're all about the numerology in this.
It's brought to you by the number 5 and the number 7.
Yay.
Last words from the Robo Lion.
Yeah.
Should,
Maybe as our
should we ask
finals
Benny
to take us out. Can we do my favorite segment where everyone talks all together?
Yeah, and plays music all together?
Yeah, let's do it!
Okay.
Okay, bye everybody! Thanks for joining us! Yay! Here we are! Farewell! Everybody all at once!
Everybody talking all at once.
Everybody's talking at the same time! Everybody's talking. It was such a great time! It was such a great time! It was such a great time! It was such a great time!